You're back for another story time.
Hello. Ooh, I don't know if I'm saying properly, but we're gonna do this.
Hello, hi, Dumelang, good night, Tenola. Welcome and welcome back to Thrive Out Loud. So, you're back again. Before we get into anything, house rules in here, we like, we comment, we subscribe, we click on the bell notification, and we tell a friend to tell another friend to bring on some popcorn because it's about to be cozy. So let's get into the business of today. Over the last couple of days, I've shared a bit of my childhood experience, what it was like growing up with my mother, and the kind of dad that I had. So I just figured, you know what, let me get into a bit more depth, let me get into a bit more depth. Let me ruffle some feathers. Let me get into this. Oh, I'm here with my good friend. My son insisted that I have him up here. So yeah, so I'm not alone today. I have my good friend, we call him Smiley, but the show moves. So I figured, let me ruffle some feathers today. So after I uploaded the other video, like the first video, the one that kind of asks if mothers can be toxic, if you haven't watched it, I'll link it somewhere here. I'll link it somewhere here. Today's video will be all about the different signs, what to look out for and how to know that your mother's toxic. Because someone has asked, so how do you know that it was your mother and not you? Like, how do you know that you were not catching feelings over nothing? How do you know that you were not just choosing to take offense into a normal thing? So I figured, let me sit down, let me do this video, let me kind of break it down. I've done some research, the answers are in, the polls are in, and I feel like I have, a young list for you guys. So let's get into it. Don't mind me if I kind of keep looking down from time to time. I'm sitting with my PC and I've compiled the list just so I don't go off track while I am having this discussion with you guys. So listen, I get it. Perfect parents don't exist. I know perfect human beings don't exist. I am not a perfect human being. You are not a perfect human being. I know this, but I just feel like the primary role of a mother is to meet the needs of a child, whatever those needs are, because even though no one likes hearing this, no one asked you to have this baby, boo. You are the one who decided to have this baby. No one made you have this baby. No one forced you to have this baby. So in as much as the selfless role of a mother is to meet the needs of a child, unfortunately, not every single mother is cut up for this. Not every single mother gets the memo. I don't know. Not every mother has the ability to see it through. So today we'll be getting into the different signs that your mother is toxic, or the different signs of a toxic mother, before you come fetch me and say, just because my mother did this, now I'm not trying to do anything. If you have a beautiful relationship with your mother, I am so happy for you. If you have a beautiful relationship with your mother, one that is nurturing for both of you, I am so happy for you. But I'm speaking to those that may question a situation. I'm speaking to those that, they're not really, you find yourself in a gray area. You find yourself in doubt a majority of the time. So I have compiled a list and let's get straight into it. Number 1, your mother believes that she owns you. I know motherhood is hard. I'm a mom and it's no walk in the park. I get it. But if you find yourself being a mother that expects your child to be grateful, a mother that expects their child to be grateful that they raised them, they'll be telling you things like, I'm the one who gave birth to you. I'm the one who puts clothes on your back. I'm the one who puts food in your mouth. I'm the one. They are basically saying to you, I own you and you don't have a right to maybe say no or to maybe defy me. A mother who believes she owns you and acts on it, she toxic. Number 2, they have absolutely no empathy, no sympathy whatsoever. A relationship with this type of mother will leave you feeling invisible. It's almost like your feelings don't matter. It's almost like you don't matter. It's like you're not even there. They're not emotionally available to you and to your needs and your feelings as a person. A majority of the time, if not all the time, you'll feel unseen and unheard, and you'll feel like your feelings are almost a burden. She toxic, boo. Number 3, I think I stated in one of my previous videos about how toxic parents have no understanding of boundaries.
Well, wait, what's the word?
They will intentionally cross your boundaries and even furthermore call you out for trying to re-establish your boundaries. This includes a parent that's going through your phone without your permission. They're going through, let's say, your diary without your permission. They're storming into your room without permission. They're storming into the bathroom while you're using it without knocking or without your permission. And I know, in the Black culture, all of those things are generally normalized, but that is a sign of toxicity, because at what point am I supposed to learn how to establish my boundaries? Does this mean once I grow up, it's okay for a person, any person at all, to storm into the bathroom while I'm using it? Does it mean it's okay for another person to go through my diary where I write my personal stuff? Does it mean it's okay for a person to, like go through my phone? It's an invasion of privacy, and unfortunately, abusive and toxic parents, toxic mothers, have no sense of the word privacy and boundaries. She toxic, boo. Number 4, toxic mothers are demanding. They are overly demanding and overbearing. Somehow it's like they want to live their life, the life they had imagined for themselves through you. It's like they get a second chance or a second life, but now they're living it through you. So they're overly demanding on, where you can go, who you can speak to, who you can't speak to, what you can do, what you can't do. And hear me out. I am not condoning bad behavior. I am not saying mothers that are simply protecting their kids or mothers that are just establishing responsible behavior in their kids are wrong. But I'm saying there's a fine line between, guiding your child and, controlling your child and making them do exactly what you would do if you were in their shoes. Allow kids to make mistakes. Allow them to live. Allow them to learn on their own. Number 5, they will constantly compare you to other kids. This is a big one, So a toxic parent will make it a point that they always make you feel incompetent, and they always make you feel like someone else is better than you. They will do this by comparing you to maybe the neighbor's kids, maybe one of your cousins, one of your friends, just breeding a sense of a low self-esteem in you, breeding a sense of worthlessness in you, making you feel like, you're never ever good enough, making you feel like someone else is better than you, and making you feel like you are incompetent in a way. That's my child. Alrighty. Where were we? Sign number 6 of a toxic parent is that their love is conditional. You get a sense that you are only loved when you have certain things or when you accomplish certain things. Yes, it's okay to motivate your kids and want nice things for your kids, but what is wrong is making them believe that they don't deserve your love if they don't have those things. If maybe causes chowing the child and it's just tricky, and your child is just not getting the grades you expect or you want for them, then you make them feel like they are less deserving of your love. If maybe they don't have a good husband, if they don't have a nice house, if they don't have a nice car, if they don't have a nice job, they don't make enough money to give to you. But whatever it is, there's just the sense of you are not where I want you to be, or you are not accomplishing what I want you to accomplish. Therefore, my love for you is limited. So they give you a sense that their love for you is conditional. You are only deserving of their love if you have, if you've checked certain boxes and if you have certain things in your life. Point number 7 is gaslighting. So gaslighting is mainly like throwing stones at you and then hiding their hands afterwards. This makes you doubt your own sanity, your own reality, and makes you question what is real, what isn't. Did this really happen? Did this not happen? It's a situation where you know for a fact a thing happened, but because of the way this person is now behaving, you find yourself in doubt. You find yourself questioning your own mind, questioning if it really happened. You find yourself with seeds of doubt because of how they're treating you and treating the situation. This obviously results in you not trusting yourself, in you not trusting your reality, in you having a tough time differentiating between what's real and what's not. It starts right there. Point number 8, the 8th sign of a toxic parent, is sometimes they come direct. They come out with their chest and they insult you directly. You know, I've heard things like, you have your dad's whole entire face. Why are your feet like that? Why does your skin look like that? Why do your lips look like that? Why does your stomach look like that? Why does your back, why do you look like this? A direct insult on a child's physical appearance. This obviously plants seeds of, you become self-conscious. You're now doubtful of what you look like. You have a low self-esteem. Your confidence becomes diminished if it was even there. You feel like there's something wrong with you, and you're just incapable of having a positive self-image, a positive body image, because of the direct insults you'd often get. Sometimes they come in the form of a question, sometimes they come in the form of a statement, but nonetheless, it's a statement made by a parent, a person who you trust, and a person who I don't think qualifies. I mean, I understand, trying to put some things correct, but I genuinely think if you're in a position such as a mom, there are some things you can really overlook. The world is already tough. The world is already critical. The child is going to get criticized by the world out there. It's not up to you to now make a child feel less worthy or less than anything. I feel like our jobs as parents is just there to encourage our kids, make them feel wonderful about themselves, make them feel like they are strong, and make them feel like they can withstand anything the world throws at them. But if you are one of the things the world is throwing at them, the next point is public embarrassment. I personally, I don't understand a person who gets a kick out of embarrassing anyone. I don't get a person who, gets some kind of a confidence boost out of embarrassing a person. So a toxic parent, what they will do is they'll embarrass you publicly. They could maybe shout at you out in public, could maybe beat you up out in public, they could make comments out in public. You could be anything, but it happens when there's an audience, when it's not just the two of you, and then you'll be wondering, but I was with you in the house the whole entire day. Why now? Point number 10, the 10th trait or sign of a toxic parent is that they don't take accountability for anything at all. It doesn't matter what it is. You'll never get an apology from them. I could bet you $1,000 you are not going to get it. If it's an apology you're waiting for, you are not going to get it. So if there is one thing about toxic parents, is that they are never at fault, they are never wrong, and you best believe they are not going to take accountability for anything at all. So if it's an apology you're waiting for, baby girl, you will keep waiting, because these people are perfect in their eyes. Number 11 is that they are masters of putting on a facade. These are people that, as I've stated, are more interested in what people from outside think of them than what you think of them. They often put on a facade. They put on this act as if they are being the mother of the year. They pretend like, what, all is good, all is well, all is great. But in all honesty, that's just them trying to get external validation. That's just them trying to get external affirmation, instead of worrying that their child is really not doing well, and this is a result of their actions. They're more worried about what they look. They are more worried about what the next person thinks. They're not worried about the truth of the matter. They're worried about what the next person thinks. They toxic, girl. And that is my son knocking from right outside of my door. So, because I am a babe who's all about healing, we all need to heal. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of what we've gone through, we all need healing. So in as much as I've pointed out the different ways in which you can pick up and tell that someone is being toxic, I have a list of about 10 things that we could do. I'm now speaking to my sisters, people who have personally gone through what I've gone through. I'm speaking to children that have found themselves in, a toxic mother and daughter relationship, because that is what's personal to me and that is what I've experienced. I have a list of about 10 tips what you can do from this point on. I mean, if you've discovered that, baby girl is toxic, and now you might wonder what next. Now we will be on a quest to healing. These are things that we can do starting from today that will get us on our way to healing from, an unfortunate situation and circumstance. Number 1, grieve the loss of the relationship with your mother. I mean, at this point, I think it's evident that what you need from them is not there. I think at this point, it's evident that the person you needed them to be for you. My son is flashing something. Please give me a minute. And I am back. The thing about toddlers is that this stage of childhood, it creeps up on you before you're ready. They were this tiny just yesterday, and now he's flashing the unknown. So yes, I'm back. Grieve the loss of this relationship. As I said, the ship has long sailed. It's not happening. I mean, at this point you tried. I'm assuming you tried anything you can try, and it's just not happening. What you need out of your mother, or the person you need them to be for you, is just not coming, or is just not coming to the party. Number 2, reparent yourself and meet your own needs. Knowing what you know now, what can you do differently for yourself specifically? Meet your own needs. I mean, if what you need is presence, then get presence. If what you need is an ear, then get yourself an ear. If a shoulder is what you need, get yourself a shoulder. Meet your own needs now. If you felt like you were neglected, maybe there was no emotional availability, there was no maybe no hugs, your parents were just unavailable for you and just giving you distance, too much distance, then get yourself what you need using the knowledge that you now have of yourself as a person. Number 3, accept love where it's given. I know we expect to be loved and nurtured unconditionally by our parents, especially our mothers, but it doesn't mean that when they failed to grant that need or to grant that what you needed, it doesn't mean no one else will love you. It doesn't mean you are not deserving of love. It doesn't mean someone else from outside there isn't capable of giving you love. Accept love where it's given. It might even come from unconventional places, but don't close yourself off and, be rejecting of love. Accept love where it's given. Number 4, set solid boundaries. It doesn't matter with who, it doesn't matter in what instances, it doesn't matter where. Set clear and solid boundaries and stick by them. State it and make it known wherever you're going that this is how far I'm willing to go and this is the line I'm not willing to cross. Wherever, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's your friends, it doesn't matter. But make sure that you set boundaries, and boundaries that you yourself are not willing to cross so the next person can respect them. Number 5, don't become the person that hurt you. I know sometimes we get so hurt that we close ourselves off and we are now rejecting of anything. And I know that sometimes we get so hurt that we close ourselves off and we think we're running away from the problem only to run directly into it. The saying that hurt people. I'm imagining a situation where a girl child was neglected by her mother. And because this is what they knew, they in turn neglected their own child. I mean, of course, this is not an intentional attempt to hurt their child or to repeat a cycle or to repeat mistakes that their parents made. But sometimes we run away from the problem and we are just so tunnel visioned, we don't see that we're walking straight into that same problem we're running away from. Learn how to deal with the good stuff, Don't turn into the thing that hurt you. It doesn't mean that if you had a negative experience with your mother, the key person who was meant to give you love, it doesn't mean that now love does not exist. It doesn't mean that everyone is bad. It doesn't mean you don't deserve anything that is good and nurturing. Learn how to deal with the good stuff. Learn how to accept a love that is not there to hurt you or harm you, but a love that is there to nurture you and grow you. Number 6, rewrite your story. Don't believe the lies that they told you. In any toxic relationship, there is, of course, a set of lies this person told you in order to keep you under their control and in order to keep you close to them. But this is the part where you rewrite your story, change your narrative. I mean, they may have called you names, they may have insulted you, they may have made you believe things about you that are simply not true. Rewrite your narrative and teach yourself to believe the truth about you. The truth is that you are worthy. The truth is that you are lovable. The truth is you are deserving of all sorts of greatness and magic. Believe that. Number 7, become independent. If it happens that your mother is still toxic and you're still living with her, I mean, I understand how it might be difficult to suddenly become independent, but just have the end goal in mind. One day, maybe you'll be done with school and you'll get to move out of home and go live on your own. But tying into my next point, don't try and retaliate or react, because that is exactly what they're trying to get out of you. You're satisfying a narcissistic parent by fighting back and giving them a reaction, because the reason they keep on prodding and prodding and prodding is to get a reaction out of you. They're trying to have an effect on you because they're living empty lives. They're trying to get that out of you. So don't give in to that. Don't give in to that. Don't react. Just learn how to, be independent of yourself. Be respectful always. Live a life that, has the end goal in mind. Your end goal is to eventually live a life that is free of toxicity and a life that is free of all this kind of negativity. But you can't, unfortunately, do that if you keep on fighting back and the cycle keeps continuing. The next point, which I've already made, kill them with kindness. Don't fight back. Kill them with kindness. Remain respectful always. Remain a kind person. Remain a kind human being always. Number 9, and I know I keep saying this is a big one, but this is a big one. Forgive. 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 I know when people have wronged us, we want them to pay. We want them to feel our pain. We want them to know just how much they've hurt us. But trust me, when it comes to toxic human beings and narcissistic human beings, no amount of revenge can ever hurt them. These people are empty shells. Their purpose in life is to hurt you. So it wouldn't really help you to drink the poison and expect the next person to die. Forgive them to set yourself free. Forgive them so that you're at least able to move on with your life at the very least. Forgive them because this is holding you back. This is weighing you down. It's like a weight on your ankle and you're trying to move, but it's just holding you down. Forgive, let it go. I know it's easier said than done, but it will only do you good. Number 10, and this is a thing I swear by, go to therapy. Speak to someone. Therapy, babes. Therapy. Speak to a professional. Could be anyone. Speak to someone. Get help. You will never regret getting help. I know sometimes you think, therapy is expensive. I don't have the time. It's gonna take too long. I'm too broken. I'm too old. I'm just too damaged. This cannot be undone. I can't be unbroken. I know. I've had those thoughts too. But, it's only once you start that you realize, why didn't I start this sooner? Start therapy. Get a second opinion. Get someone who will help you with tips on how to cope with what you've been through. Sometimes I believe we think we are alone in a thing and we believe the next person won't understand it. So we don't even bother getting into it. We don't even bother trying to tell our story. We don't even bother trying to get help because we think we're too damaged. We think, what's the point? But why isn't there a point? Don't you deserve to be happy? Don't you think you deserve to see color in the world? Don't you think there's more to life than seeing gray and pain? Don't you think there's more to life than brokenness? I genuinely believe each and every one of us has a purpose in life, and I don't see our purpose coexisting with pain. I don't see our purpose coexisting with all the broken pieces and the things that we still need to deal with. I know it's through our pain that some of us discover our purpose, but your purpose needs space to grow and to blossom and bloom. And it's only once you give yourself that chance that your purpose can do exactly that. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Thrive Out Loud. By now, we already know we're all about discussing the stuff that we normally shove there by the corner and keep our mouth shut about. By now, you have already figured out we're all about uncovering the stuff that we normally shove under a rug and we normally shy away from. By now, I'm assuming you've already figured out that I kind of have a fetish for uncomfortable discussions. But if that's who I am, who's to say? Thank you for tuning into today's topic. As always, it's a pleasure sitting here and sharing a little bit of myself with you. Just a reminder of the house rules. In here, we like, we comment, we share, we subscribe, we click on the bell notification down below. We tell a friend to tell another friend to bring some popcorn, because in here, it is cozy and real. See you next time. Bye.